last webinar, we recall that the Convention of the Right of the Children invite us to instill in children the respectful for human rights, strengthening their values and attitudes for social coexistence. Also, with this effort, we assume the richness of their culture, their values, and their capacities to build a new society. To do so, children will have to be resilient to overcome the difficulties they will encounter in social life. So we need to empower the children to live in society. And this small dose of resilience will make them stronger to live in society. This is the idea that we reflect in the last meetings. Once again, the invitation is for the children to be protagonists of this process. They need to be part of this process. If we are going to generate an activity, it is so that the children can assume responsibility, protagonist, action for the planning, for example, action in the development of the activity and its evaluation. If they feel taken into account, if they feel that they have achieved something positive, that will be a very positive message for them and for their environment. So we need to organize something, and that will be a good message for the others, and also for the children, their families, the school, and we ourselves. I would like to propose a little project, a draft project. I name it that I feel good in my school. Maybe I propose this project, and I would like to suggest a little itinerary for working together. I propose to identify a group of motivated teachers. This is the first step. We need to work together. We need to work with a little team. We are this team, but I would like to propose a local team with motivated teachers. The second step is to organize a meeting with them for sharing the key ideas about resilience and good treatment. But which ideas? The little ideas about resilience, working with key ideas, only the key ideas, for making the relationship between resilience and good treatment, like I have done in little minutes right now. The third step is to invite students, leaders, for sharing the key ideas with the teachers. So we can prepare a little team with students and teachers. They are leaders, and we can prepare the fourth step to create together a project for invite the student to promote one day of good treatment. This is the idea. One day of good treatment. The fifth step, to get forward the project in one day, and finally evaluate the activity and project it in the future. For example, some example that we can do it that for your discussion. For example, we can create a vaccination day to promote good communication between everyone at schools. Or a day of dignity at school. We all say hello to each other. Or making friends with the little ones of the schools. A day of games with the youngest students. Or, for example, a friend's journey to meet someone in school. So the idea is very simple, but if we use the capacities of the students, if we can help them and prepare together a little project, I think we will use the perspective of resilience, and maybe we can promote this process that we can help us to create a safe space in the schools. Okay, this is a little example. This is a little synthesis of the webinars. But the most important is, what do you think about that? It is possible to do it. It is possible for you. Maybe, what are you thinking about? I need to hear you and to discuss together, or discussing if it's possible to do something.
Okay, maybe to respond, it's a very good thing. We can suggest this to our members who own different institutions. And this kind of idea is possible even in our homes, because not all of us own schools or run schools.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us, yes, we have some who run schools, but also we have those who are running homes, rescue centers.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Some of us are running polytechnics, skill development centers, that I mean. And because our congregations are involved in different projects with the youths.
Mm-hmm.
So we can share these ideas with our members, and then based on their local realities, they can see how they can come up with a kind of a project, an experiment, to see how they can work out good treatment project, maybe for a day. And then from there, our members, it's something that may not happen immediately, but our members can see the best way to do it. And we can also pass this in our workshops, like the one coming next week. We can pass these ideas to them wherever they be going. They can try to share and see. We do also have members who are working in hospitals. And in those hospitals, they deal with children. So for them, they may have a different approach on how they can bring in the safeguarding component in their mission. So that's what I can tell you, based on the diversity that we have among the Mission Kara organizations in Kenya. Also, there will be a lot of diversity in trying to implement some safeguarding measures in our institutions. Yes. We do have some people here who can also give some ideas.
Maybe, brother,
Yes.
I insist and propose the logic of the process. This is the logic of the process. So with this logic, we can make a project in all our spaces, missional spaces. I agree about that.
Okay, good. So we can also hear from some members here. It's a very open forum. And I would like to request members that before we finish this session, we have some project we are doing, which members would like to tell members that at the end of it is good for you to know. We are trying to develop some materials for all of us and I would like you to be able to access them and also to spread these materials to other congregations and other organizations that may benefit from them. But I'll bring this at the end of the session. Yeah. So I can see, oh, Eston was coming up and going back. Any other person who can give an idea on what brother is saying? Eston, can you introduce yourself now that you are there? Still network problem?
Anton, you have two hands on.
I had disappeared a bit, I'm back.
Sister Margaret and Sister Giselle, they want to talk.
Okay, Sister Margaret.
Okay, thank you. I think the project for good treatment in school, for me, it has come at a right time. Among the projects that I do, I work in primary schools. I work in few primary schools, and I try to train children to be good, you know, to impart them life skills. And I also have a team of teachers. So I think it would be a good thing, you know, to introduce something to them, because everybody is complaining about the behavior of children. The children nowadays are not like the children of our time. So I think this would be good to try and see how our children will change, or how it will impact in the lives of children. Or is there something we can do, like compare the children in this school and the other children in the other schools who have not gone through the kind of training? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sister.
Thank you very much.
I think there is a hand somewhere.
Yeah. Father Binamungu.
I was alerting you that there is a hand raised by Sister Giselle.
Okay. Oh, sister. Okay, go ahead, sister. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think I also buy the idea of the activity that brother is sharing with us in terms of good treatment. I feel it being like an action towards the promotion of protection and safeguarding of the children, to be part like responsibility towards what we are advocating to in terms of the best interest of a child, but they themselves also being responsible towards that action. Because in one of the trainings with the parent in one of our school in Marsabit, I also felt that the parent or the adults, they're feeling that we are emphasizing much on the best interest of the child and creating no harm, but we need also to go hand in hand with teaching the students or the children, them being responsible towards that. And I feel if we execute such an activities, it can instill in the children that they have also a responsibility to play in action, for which they need also to protect each other, to safeguard each other, to respect each other, and also to bear responsibilities towards the best interest, which we are promoting among the adults for their duties. So I feel it can be a good initiative in schools and even other activities that we do with the young people, especially for us Salesian sisters and perhaps also Don Bosco and even other congregations, because to make our children to be also accountable towards their best interest. That's what I felt. Thank you.
Yes, and the preparation of this project, we can talk about human rights. We can remember the Convention of the Right of the Children. We can remember our cultural values, the importance of each one for the community. So we can use this moment to reinforce the ideas and to get in practice a little activity, but with a good message for everybody. This is the idea, to reinforce that we have to reinforce that we do every day.
Is any of our member in a child rescue center who can maybe give us an idea how we can try this? Those who are here, maybe there is one or two who owns a child rescue center. Okay.
Sister Margaret, she wants
Sister
to
Margaret.
talk again.
Okay, Sister Margaret. Mhm.
Thank you again. I don't work directly in the rescue center, but here in Malindi, we have a rescue center for children. And we rescue children who have been sexually abused. So if you need anything to do with that, maybe I can give the contacts of the sister responsible, but we have one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't work directly there, but it's our referral center for children who have been abused sexually.
Mhm. Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sister. Mhm.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Houston.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. Had issues of internet. I've logged in. It's showing, but I think it was a problem until now. It's on and off. But I hope I'll get the declaration from the recordings and even my colleagues to get to know right from the beginning. But contribution on this, I want to speak on behalf of Don Bosco, the Salesians of Don Bosco. We have both primary and secondary centers for rehabilitation. So I think this kind of program will be very helpful, especially if we incorporate it.
Continue, Eston. It seems you are lost.
Yeah, it had just gone off again.
Mhm.
So I was saying that for the schools, rehabilitation centers, and even in our TVET institutions, because we also have young adults or youth for that matter, the program will be of great help, especially in terms of creating, good environment and having good schools that are able to take care of the children's interest in place. So I welcome this, and hopefully in the planning, in the making, I think I should be able to introduce this program right away to my superiors so that we see how to go about it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think, Diego, we can move on.
Mhm.
And now even talk about more planning about how we will meet in Nairobi and more activities.
So the first decision is, can we make a little project in our institutions? Do you agree? Do you agree to make a little project about good treatment in your institutions?
So I think we are in agreement. We are going to try this and we will pass this to our members.
Okay.
Here we are in progress here.
Maybe in this process, if I can visit you, can be present, maybe you are in the first step, in the second step, third step. So the idea is to go ahead.
Yeah.
And the idea is to promote little teams of teachers and the teacher with the students to prepare and to get forward the project. So I would like to insist in the participation of the children. The children can propose, can be present in the planification, in the planning, can be present in the development, can be present in the evaluation of the activity. So this is the point that we would like to insist, the participation of the children. Because when they participate, they assume the responsibility of the activity. So we are together. We are working together with the children, of course, but they need to feel that they achieved the activity. They are capable to make it. This is the point that we would like to insist, because this is a resilience perspective to reinforce the capacity to say, okay, I am able to, I can do it, I can discuss with the others, I can propose. So this, I would like for your consideration to take in account these ideas.
Okay, so I can say it's doable. By the time you come, probably will be at different stages in implementing, and maybe there could be more ideas that will come up on how we can create good treatment and create safe spaces for our minors in our institutions. And I'm very sure that you will also learn from us some other new things in terms of safeguarding from the Kenyan institutions, how we are handling this topic.
Yes, I have my hand up. Can I talk?
Yes.
Yes, sorry. I could be taking you back, but I had one concern. I don't know if you've discussed about the planning and logistics on the ground in terms of coordinating this particular program. Because again, you realize that there's certain things, maybe protocols, procedures, for introducing a program in any given institution. And that needs very well coordinated and management issues for it really to bear fruits. And even in terms of reporting, and generally coordinating the whole issue. So I don't know what is the take, whether that has been discussed and who is going to do what where, as much as all of us are going to try to see and make sure that this is done. Thank you.
Eston, I don't think what brother is suggesting is just a simple practice that can be suggested to members of safe space. And it's very simple. What brother was giving the steps, you are not online, but we have seen it. It's something which is very, very, very simple. And it is child-centered. It's how you can bring the children together and bring a few teachers, maybe one or two teachers, and together with them, you can try to discuss some of the good treatment things that can be done within that institution in accordance to your local realities. So it's not something very complicated. It's just one way of trying to inculcate the attitude and the practice of creating safe environment in our various institutions. I think now you are getting the picture, Preston.
Yes, because I have been in programs for quite some time and it needs an effort. So I'm sorry I didn't get the initial stages, but if that has been addressed, then that's quite okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too.
And I think it's important to make in this project, this little project, you can share the different experience, and this will this is the possibility to encourage your network to have a general vision of your project. So if you can share different experience, you can prepare for the next step in the future, what kind of project you can continue to work working together like a network in the line or in the perspective of the resilience and good treatment. So this is the first step. Really, this is a little step, but could be a good step to promote in the future new projects. Okay, maybe we would like to make a big, a main project, but maybe we can begin for the little one, and the little one will help us to understand all the possibilities we can make in the future. For example, sometimes we don't believe in the capacity of our children to do something because we are in the middle of the activities day by day. But when we propose something and they are capable to realize, they are capable to arrive to a good result, we can say, okay, I can believe in them. I can believe in the capacity of our children to do more and more. And this is the idea for our resilience also, to evaluate our capacity to create, to believe in the capacity of the other. So it's a little project, but it involves our perspective and the perspective of our children. So I invite you to make a little step, but well done. Sister Margaret, she wrote in the chat one question very important.
Okay. I don't think we're in a position to answer that now. Yes. What do you suggest?
Okay.
Okay, there's a hand from the development office. Whoever is there, can he talk?
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Lucy. I'm sorry, I'm in somebody's office. So I've been following this discussion. Thank you, brother, for the presentation. My own contribution is that this is a novel intervention on improving the awareness of children and teachers in developing what I'm understanding as a safe environment or a child-friendly school. In my words, I hope it makes sense. I can see that also from where I am, this is something that we can take on almost immediately because we're just doing the safeguarding training for staff in our schools within Nairobi and also outside of Nairobi. I am concerned also for the practicalities of it. It sounds very simple at the beginning, Brother Diego, if I can say that. It sounds very, very easy, like, you know, the school, the children and the teachers can work together to identify some practical steps around what would be a good school, a good environment, or, you know, improving a child rights awareness among the children, and then allowing them to make decisions for themselves, make suggestions even of what they think should work for them. My concern is how will this go? Where does this go from there? Because we are, it is something I think we can integrate in my own case in the trainings that we are already implementing across the schools. After this introduction, this activity, I followed your steps very keenly. How does it proceed from there? What are we aiming at? I mean, before I have seen even having a little child rights book manual that kids can sit together and work. In Kenya, there is a system of children assemblies in the public space. The children can form even little clubs, and they are able even to send a memo on national days for children through the National Children Service. So in our case, we work at different levels. When we start these small initiatives, are we aiming at a larger achievement, or the awareness is critical and the growing the role of the children in determining their own status in schools is critical? And then how do we proceed from there? Maybe I've missed something. We have like this logic, the framework. Where is it going? How is this partnership sustaining these activities? And what is the ultimate achievement and goal? Thank you.
Maybe I could request Diego to show the slide on the steps, and then you can explain. The steps you have shown us, yes.
That's okay.
Yeah. Could you repeat that, maybe for Lucy to understand?
Okay, I think it's very important to create a group of motivated teachers. We need to work together with others. We need to create a team, a group. If we share our expectative about the resilience and good treatment, we can create a discussion with teachers, leaders of inside our institutions. You know, we have always some leaders. These leaders can discuss with us the key ideas that we would like to promote. What would you like to promote in this project? A good treatment. A good treatment between the students and the students with the adults inside our institutions. But we like to do it in the perspective of resilience. Why the perspective of resilience? Because resilience can help us to see the opportunities that we have inside our institution. For example, we have a good values, we have a capacities of teachers, capacities of students to make a good relationship with others. So we use this factor of resilience, this factor of protection. And when we have a little team of teachers, we can identify, we can invite student leaders for sharing the key ideas with the teachers. And we can create a group, a team of students and teachers for working together. This is an amazing step that we need to create. But in this space, we can say, you, like students, you are the possibility to share your ideas and to work with us and to participate with us. For this, with this group, we can create together a project for inviting the students to promote a date of good treatment, or maybe to invite the participant, the children of our institutions, to promote a day of good treatment. I think this is the key moment when we can work together, and the moment when we can make something together, adults and children, and we can develop the activity and we can evaluate the activity at the end. So we are promoting the participation of the children, and we, like an adults, we can believe in the capacities of the children. It's a good message for our institution and for the children. And at the end, we will have good results, good outcomes. For example, the children are happy to be with us. They have more interest and capacity to work with the others. We have a good space inside our community, our institution, a space for protection, and we can discuss about the human right with the children. We can work the convention of the children, of the right of the children, and we can reflect like teachers about the objective of our education right now. So we have a lot of future projects, but I think we need to begin with a little step. This is a little step to create an environment. This environment will help us in the future for another project. But you know which is your environment, your local culture. You know if you have a teacher, leaders. You know about the student leaders in your community. So you have all the skills to get forward this project.
For me, it's clear. I don't know about the others, but I think personally I've gotten it. Father Binamungu has something to say.
Yeah, I think this is for me, it's a great idea. It's a great idea, not just from the perspective of safeguarding, but it can go a long way even in improving the academic performance, discipline, because it has a great potential to help children first to believe in themselves. And then it has a great potential to convert us adults. You know, one of the biggest challenges I think in schools is for we adults really believing and behaving in a way that we know what children need and they do not know what they need. That's why it is very common to find many of us adults, when we are asked about young people, we tend to think that they are unmanageable. They are very complicated. They are rebels, not knowing that one of the biggest hurdles which we need to overcome is to help young people be able to realize what is good in them. And when they know that we have realized what is good in them, I believe that among the age groups that can really collaborate with us more than any other is the age group of these youngsters. So I think it's a great project. It looks simple, true, but I think with the effort, and I like the first step there, where you take motivated teachers, motivated adults, not by appointment, but by really you ask people who will understand and buy into this idea. It can improve our schools. It can. It has a great potential to improve our schools in all areas. And for me, this is not a strategy for safeguarding only. It's an education strategy. if it is well understood and well done, it's a strategy which can make all the difference in our education systems. So I think it's a good idea. For those who have schools, I mean, I'm working in an office, but also among Jesuits, we have schools and centers. It will just be, if it takes someone who can really understand and see how to implement it, it can go even the way of, I don't know, it can go the way of clubs. It can begin small, then it can go the way of clubs, clubs in schools, where students can organize themselves now and make it a consistent kind of activity. So the little I've understood of the idea, which UNOS has given, I think it's a great idea for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think with that kind of input we've had, I think we are at a place whereby we can brainstorm about this, share with our members, and see the way forward, because most of them are not here at the moment. So what I can tell you, Diego, is we can share this to the members, starting with the next week workshop, which I know many people will come. They are coming from outside Nairobi too. And then, as Father Minamungu has said, and Lucy mentioned from the development office, it's doable. We'll share. We'll share it out. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate your participation and your input in order to get forward this project. I think I believe in the force of the network. When we are working in network, we are more stronger. We are stronger for go ahead with the project. So the network is a local network and a national network. That two networks that we can create a reinforce.
Okay.
You have one hand, Binamungu.
Yes, I just want to say maybe if for those who will want to try the project, I'm not sure whether in the WhatsApp group Diego is there in case someone has questions they want to clarify, because it's a project which he understands better. Others may not understand it very well, and as they are trying, they may have hurdles. So it would be available. Secondly, I'm not sure, maybe there is something I missed. This training of next week, I have not heard about it. I'm hearing it today. Maybe I've been
Is Eston there?
Yes, brother, I'm in. We had sent out letters sometime about 2 or so weeks ago. However, there's no harm maybe trying to explain here just a little bit. We are training child protection officers as from 29th and 30th at St. Joseph's, the Daughters of St. Joseph's in Karen, but we shall keep on reminding again on the same. So basically the training is going on, and we are getting, actually we had said tomorrow 23rd is the deadline for responding to this. The communication person, I think he's not in here, he has just left, but we shall ask him to continue sharing this until tomorrow. But in case of anything, I'll get back to you further, one-on-one for further explanation. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've just seen Father's message in the group, but I think you have been answered. Yeah. Okay, then I will request Diego to do a small write-up
Mhm.
on this and send it to us so that we can share it in the group, both WhatsApp and also through emails. And
Okay,
also we will ask the facilitators of next week also to get the write-up. Yeah.
okay, I appreciate your
Okay.
communication. Next week, I will be in Italy, and the beginning of July, I will go to Brazil for working with a novitiate of the brothers. And I come back and I have 1 day to prepare my flight to Kenya. So if I hope my mind will work with with 2 continents in my mind. But I'm very happy. I am very happy to be part of this project, and I would like to serve you, to be positive for your work. This is my idea, to be present, to support your effort, and to recognize all the good things you can do in your country, in your institutions, and of course for empowering the children, our children, empowering the right of our children, and to create a new society that we need. We need a society of peace and justice for everyone. And you can see the reality of our world is very complicated, and we need to create the space of peace around us. This is the best gospel that we can promote at this moment, in the moment that we are living right now.
Oh, thank you. So we are going to have several meetings at the executive committee, and we will plan for your visit and see the possibility of you. We may not do that here, but we'll have another session. We will see the possibility of you visiting some of our projects in Kenya.
Okay.
Maybe have a joint one-on-one face in Nairobi. By then, we will also take you through what we are doing here and see the future possibility of us partnering with BISE in terms of helping each other in different ways. Could be through resources, could be through more opportunities for workshops and all that. Meanwhile, I would like Eston. Eston, you're there?
Yes.
To shed some light. Would you just shed some light to the members here about some of the materials we are working on at the moment, so that they are aware something is cooking? Of course, we know every congregation has their own training packages. They have their own way of how they have developed their safeguarding materials. I know Jesuit is well organized. The White Fathers, the St. Patrick's, the La Salle, but there is no harm also to add more materials from other sources that can, people can learn some new things or the emerging issues. Maybe Eston, you can shed light about that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brother Anthony. What's happening is that we have tried to look at some of the materials that are present in safeguarding, and we are kind of trying to take it a notch higher by adding the very current issues that are happening in the world of the child. So we have gotten a consultant whom I think very soon will be sending some questionnaires in that regard, just to make sure that we don't really duplicate completely the same, but have a refined or a revised kind of training manual. This is going to be at 2 categories: at the train of trainers, at the same time content on the side of child protection officers. the content matter, the subject matter. So we are also asking for your, kindly asking for your cooperation when you, should you see any email to that effect from our accountant, please just kindly respond. I think it's in the process. It hasn't begun yet, but we are in the process of doing that. Thank you.
Mhm.
And maybe to add on that is we will try and see if we can do both physical, that is practical manuals and resources, and also online, whereby different congregations and different organizations can access through our joint website so that they can benefit from it. Yeah. And add into what they already have.
Yeah, also BC has a whole world of materials. Just as you see through this kind of network and cooperation, we also tend to learn from that and see what is applicable here in Africa in that context.
So in short, Diego, we are also looking forward to learn more materials from BICE. Maybe you could take a few minutes now and explain to the members here about BICE, what BICE does, and when we start partnering with BICE, what kind of things can we benefit from BICE? Yeah.
Okay. So we have.
We skipped that part so that you have it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Giselle, she wants to talk.
Okay. Sister, talk first, then brother will talk. Yes.
Sorry, I lost a little bit the continuation, but I managed to get back. In case of what I'm going to ask is already asked, perhaps the members, they can update me later, please, so that I may save the time. My point was on the same point that we were speaking before through the proposal of Brother Diego. So I wanted to understand as well, what will be the logistics in place on the ground level so that we may be able to sell these ideas in our institutions, because it's a very good ideas we have been speaking here, especially on good treatment. So I want to know what will be the practicality after this meeting. Perhaps it is a matter to be discussed later, but I feel that still there might be also a gap for it to happen. We need to have some practical coordination as well, so that we may know, we who are the trainers, we will take also responsibility to plan for our activities in the schools or in the rescue centers where many of our institutions are working, the people they are working. How can we also manage to facilitate that so that it can go to the student and to bring those students and the motivated teachers on board for them to buy this idea and explain to them? Thank you so much.
Anthony, what I understood that you will organize the agenda with the logistic of my visit. So
Sure. Yeah.
maybe you will
Yes.
organize and you will propose what can we do in these days.
Okay. Yes, I will do that.
Okay. I available to work on, to talk with the teachers, to talk with the children, to be present in the process. I available really. I'm happy to be with you and to share what you want, what you need. Okay. So the BICE is an institution. It's a ONG. Created in 1988 after the Second World War. So 7 institutions, 7 congregations decide to work together to create an organization for help the children after the war, to respect their rights, the human rights. And the VICE, in more than 70 years, the VICE created a very strong network of religious congregations and lay institutions in the sense of the Christian inspiration, or making a link with the Christian inspiration and the right of the children. They work together for making a good reflection inside the Catholic Church, and little by little, the VICE began to participate in the big institution like United Nations in Geneva. At the end, the VICE worked very hard for the redaction, for the writing of the Convention of the Right of the Children. The VICE worked very hard for do it. And the VICE promoted, it was the first institution in the world promoting the resilience with the work of the children. So the VICE has been a good presence in the world. It's very consolidate the prestige, the image of the VICE inside and outside the Catholic Church. Right now, we are working in a lot of projects. For example, we have a project, the name is Education Without Walls. So it's a new concept of education that involves the positive discipline, the rescue, the working inside the school, the right of the children, the promotion of the families, and in the positive parenting. So we have a project about against the violence, the sexual violence of the child. For example, in Europe, East Europe. Right now, we are working very hard in Ukraine and all that places. We have a partners working inside Ukraine and outside Ukraine for helping this population in this moment, difficult moment. So maybe VICE, how can I say that the possibilities of the VICE is because it's a network. It's a world network. If this network helps us to understand the realities and to create an international project with a good financement. So we make a defense of the right of the children in the United Nations, in Geneva, UNESCO, and we are present, and we make a good presentation of the situation of the right of the children. In French, we said plaidoyer, the defense of the right of the children around the world. And we are present, we had the possibility to work, to knock the door of the governments and to demand the right of the children in each country. So, for example, in Geneva, when the Geneva present the reality of each country, we are present to to talk about the reality of the children of that country. So it's a good project. It's a permanent presence inside the big institutions in order to defend the right of the children. But we can do it because we are working with the partner, the local partners. For example, a project like this little project is a good window to open the visa to a reality, and we can understand a new reality. Because we understand this reality, we can create a new project. And we create the project because we have the partners, local partners. And the local partners reinforce their work because we are a network. So this is the logic that we use. I'm an external consultant, like a brother of the Christian school. My goal is to promote the formation of the partner. Another goal is to systematize the experience of the partners. I have written 4 publications at this moment about the projects, the local projects, and we use this publication to promote the right of the children around the world. So I have 4 years in visa. I'm very happy, like a brother, to collaborate in this process. And I think like a teacher, I'm a teacher, I'm a brother of the Christian school. I'm very happy to understand the richness of the right of the children right now. So we have a good potential to transform the education in all our countries. But we need to understand and we need to apply the perspective of the right of the children right now, little by little, transforming our reality.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Any member with a question? Because our time now is come to an end. Any clarification? So I hope you will send us a write-up on a good treatment, and we are going to share it in our groups. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So I take it back to you.
Okay, thank you very much. And we will see us in presence in Kenya. And for the moment, I hope you will realize a little and a good project for your children.
Thank you very much, all the members. Hope to see you soon again in other forums. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.